Ready? Play.
On to talking about the potential opponent for, well, not the potential opponent, but the opponent for Sinner, who is, of course, Ben Shelton. Before we get to talking about the actual match, let's just mention the win that he got today over Lorenzo Sonego, which, recently I remember this amazing stat that Sinner was 47-0 in his last 50 matches when not facing Alcaraz, right? And 0-3 against Alcaraz. And this is kind of the same situation, although the sample size is much smaller. But after 3 Grand Slams this year, and having obviously played all of them, Lorenzo Sonego still hasn't lost to anyone but Ben Shelton.
Yeah, they just can't avoid each other in these slams lately. And they also played in the 2023 RG. So they've played a lot. Like Ben has only played 12 majors or something, and 4 of them he's faced Sonego. So pretty wild. He seems to, obviously Sonego was also coming off of that 5-hour win against Nakashima. But he took that first set here, and he had some occasional chances, and in the third he broke back. It was still pretty hard fought for part times in the third, and obviously Sonego won the first. So but yeah, it's kind of more the same of what I've seen from Shelton this tournament. Just players that he's got used to beating, especially in the best of 5 format, where he just sort of rises to the occasion. His backhand slice has been working really well all tournament. Obviously the big serve, and that big presence and showing up in the tie breaks, delivering, playing good tennis. He returned really well in the second set too. So cleaned some of the aspects of his game up, shortened the backswing a little bit, especially on the backhand, which I have to say looks a little bit more sturdy right now. But obviously the test just gets much bigger, and now he gets another crack at Sinner, who he's played last year at Wimbledon, and there was one close tiebreak there. And Australian Open also this year, where in all likelihood he probably should have won that first set. So
yeah, last year he obviously also arrived in the Sinner match really wiped out after the previous 5 setters. His fault, definitely, but he really didn't have a good chance to compete there. Now, I mean, he has to be looking, I think, at this as a potential chance. He on grass should have a better chance at hanging in, just getting that serve in and hoping that the lottery is kind of going to work in his favor at least, and maybe he can even do more. Obviously, he's an amazing slam player. There's a lot of stats that you could potentially go for, which kind of show that, you know, he's basically been performing in these events so much better than the rest of the tour. And also, you know, just the fact that with such a short career still, he's already made so many quarters, semis. And maybe this is the time to take the next step. I mean, what we've seen today against Dimitrov for Sinner definitely makes you think that this should be the toughest. Well, okay, this was a really tough test for Sinner today, but like it makes you think that Sinner will be pushed by Shelton at the very least. Ben has only dropped one set so far, and that was today to Lorenzo Sonego. And like we said before the event, I mean, it doesn't really matter how he does in the warm-ups. You know, he can lose in Mallorca, he could lose to Petros Tsitsipas, and still he would probably be able to turn it on at Wimbledon. That's exactly what he did. Of course, there were a few openings as well along the way, but these openings kind of led to the fact that he played Sonego again, which is super funny. Now I'm just so excited to see what the US Open draw will be, and hopefully they're in the same half. You know, hopefully they're not just going to be in like have to meet in the final, because that's probably impossible. But I would like to see a fourth Sinner Sonego, and we're gonna be getting, as you said, the second Sinner Shelton of the year. I think this one will be much more competitive.
Yeah, all signs point to it being competitive, right? You would think, like with the Dimitrov match today, and how fresh Shelton is and how fresh Sinner could be, because considering he only played 2 hours. And so yeah, this is kind of Ben's chance to elevate on the big stage and get a little bit closer to these top guys. And so we'll see if he can bring it. It will be fun.
Yeah, Sinner obviously has already lost to Shelton Shanghai 2023. Maybe this was, you know, some sort of tired aspect as well after Beijing. That is possible, absolutely. But, well, quicker conditions, they definitely can make the margins a little slimmer. And after today, it's just tough to have confidence, at least in Sinner being, you know, in beast mode. That's not probably what we're going to see. Even last year when Ben was so tired and just, you know, almost seemed like it won't be a match, the third set could have won that. I don't think he could have gone much further with it. Like the set was probably enough, but it makes you think that this should be closer this time.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
On to talking about the potential opponent for, well, not the potential opponent, but the opponent for Sinner, who is, of course, Ben Shelton. Before we get to like talking about the actual match, let's just mention the win that he got today over Lorenzo Sonego, which, you know, recently I remember this amazing stat that Sinner was 47-0 in his last 50 matches when not facing Alcaraz, right? And 0-3 against Alcaraz. And this is kind of the same situation, although the sample size is much smaller. But after 3 Grand Slams this year, and having obviously played all of them, Lorenzo Sonego still hasn't lost to anyone but Ben Shelton.
Yeah, they just can't avoid each other in these slams lately. And they also played in the 2023 RG. So they've played a lot. Like Ben has only played 12 majors or something, and like 4 of them he's faced Sonego. So pretty wild. He seems to, obviously Sonego was also coming off of that 5-hour win against Nakashima. But, you know, he took that first set here, you know, and he had some occasional chances, and like in the third he broke back. It was still like, you know, pretty hard fought for part times in the third, and obviously Sonego won the first. So but yeah, it's like kind of more the same of what I've seen from Shelton this tournament. Just you know, players that he's got used to beating, especially in the best of 5 format, where he just sort of rises to the occasion. You know, his backhand slice has been working really well all tournament. Obviously the big serve. And just yeah, like that big presence and showing up in the tie breaks, delivering, playing good tennis. He returned really well in the second set too. So cleaned some of the aspects of his game up, shortened the backswing a little bit, especially on the backhand. which I have to say looks a little bit more sturdy right now. But obviously, like, the test just gets much bigger, and now he gets another crack at Sinner, who he's played last year at Wimbledon, and there was one close tiebreak there, and Australian Open also this year, where in all likelihood he probably should have won that first set. So
yeah, last year he obviously also arrived in the Sinner match really wiped out after the previous 5 setters. His fault, definitely, but he really didn't have a good chance to compete there. Now, I mean, he has to be looking, I think, at this as a potential chance. He on grass should have a better chance at hanging in, just getting that serve in and hoping that the lottery is kind of going to work in his favor at least, and maybe he can even do more. Obviously, he's an amazing slam player. There's a lot of stats that you could potentially go for, which kind of show that, he's basically been performing in these events so much better than the rest of the tour. And also, just the fact that with such a short career still, he's already made so many quarters, semis. And maybe this is the time to take the next step. I mean, what we've seen today against Dimitrov for Sinner definitely makes you think that this should be the toughest. Well, okay, this was a really tough test for Sinner today, but it makes you think that Sinner will be pushed by Shelton at the very least. Ben has only dropped 1 set so far, and that was today to Lorenzo Sonego. And like we said before the event, I mean, it doesn't really matter how he does in the warm-ups. He can lose in Mallorca, he could lose to Petros Tsitsipas, and still he would probably be able to turn it on at Wimbledon. That's exactly what he did. Of course, there were a few openings as well along the way, but these openings kind of led to the fact that he played Sonego again, which is super funny. Now I'm just so excited to see what the US Open draw will be, and hopefully they're in the same half. Hopefully they're not just going to be in have to meet in the final, because that's probably impossible. But I would like to see a 4th Sinner Sonego, and we're gonna be getting, as you said, the 2nd Sinner Shelton of the year. I think this one will be much more competitive.
Yeah, all signs point to it being competitive, right? You would think, with the Dimitrov match today, and how fresh Shelton is and how fresh Sinner could be, because considering he only played 2 hours, and so yeah, this is kind of Ben's chance to elevate on the big stage and get a little bit closer to these top guys. And so we'll see if he can bring it. It will be fun.
Yeah, Sinner obviously has already lost to Shelton Shanghai 2023. Maybe this was, some sort of tired aspect as well after Beijing. That is possible, absolutely. But, quicker conditions, they definitely can make the margins a little slimmer. And after today, it's just tough to have confidence, at least in Sinner being, in beast mode. That's not probably what we're going to see. Even last year when Ben was so tired and just, almost seemed like it won't be a match, the 3rd set could have won that. I don't think he could have gone much further with it. The set was probably enough, but it makes you think that this should be closer this time.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
On to talking about the potential opponent not the potential opponent, but the opponent for Sinner, who is, of course, Ben Shelton. Before we get to talking about the actual match, let's just mention the win that he got today over Lorenzo Sonego, which, recently I remember this amazing stat that Sinner was 47-0 in his last 50 matches when not facing Alcaraz, right? And 0-3 against Alcaraz. And this is kind of the same situation, although the sample size is much smaller. But after 3 Grand Slams this year, and having obviously played all of them, Lorenzo Sonego still hasn't lost to anyone but Ben Shelton.
Yeah, they just can't avoid each other in these slams lately. And they also played in the 2023 RG. So they've played a lot. Ben has only played 12 majors or something, and 4 of them he's faced Sonego. So pretty wild. He seems to, obviously Sonego was also coming off of that 5-hour win against Nakashima. But he really he took that first set here, and he had some occasional chances, and like in the third he broke back. It was it was still like pretty hard fought for part times in the third, and obviously Sonego won the first. So, but yeah, it's like kind of more the same of what I've seen from Shelton this tournament. Just players that he's got used to beating, especially in the best of five format, where he just sort of rises to the occasion. His backhand slice has been working really well all tournament. Obviously, the big serve, and just yeah, like that big presence and showing up in the tie breaks, delivering, playing good tennis. He returned really well in the second set too. So cleaned some of the aspects of his game up, shortened the backswing a little bit, especially on the backhand, which I have to say looks a little bit more sturdy right now. But obviously, like the test just gets much bigger, and now he gets another crack at Sinner, who he's played last year at Wimbledon, and there was one close tiebreak there, and Australian Open also this year, where in all likelihood he probably should have won that first set. So
Yeah, last year he obviously also arrived in the Sinner match really wiped out after the previous 5 setters. His fault, definitely, but he really didn't have a good chance to compete there. Now, I mean, he has to be looking, I think, at this as a potential chance. He on grass should have a better chance at hanging in, just getting that serve in and hoping that the lottery is kind of going to work in his favor at least, and maybe he can even do more. Obviously, he's an amazing slam player. There's a lot of stats that you could potentially go for, which kind of show that he's basically been performing in these events so much better than the rest of the tour. And also, just the fact that with such a short career still, he's already made so many quarters, semis. And maybe this is the time to take the next step. I mean, what we've seen today against Dimitrov for Sinner definitely makes you think that this should be the toughest. Well, okay, this was a really tough test for Sinner today, but it makes you think that Sinner will be pushed by Shelton at the very least. Ben has only dropped one set so far, and that was today to Lorenzo Sonego. And like we said before the event, I mean, it doesn't really matter how he does in the warm-ups. He can lose in Mallorca, he could lose to Petros Tsitsipas, and still he would probably be able to turn it on at Wimbledon. That's exactly what he did. Of course, there were a few openings as well along the way, but these openings kind of led to the fact that he played Sonego again, which is super funny. Now I'm just so excited to see what the US Open draw will be, and hopefully they're in the same half. Hopefully they're not just going to be in have to meet in the final, because that's probably impossible. But I would like to see a fourth Sinner Sonego, and we're gonna be getting, as you said, the second Sinner Shelton of the year. I think this one will be much more competitive.
Yeah, all signs point to it being competitive, right? You would think with the Dimitrov match today, and how fresh Shelton is and how fresh Sinner could be, because considering he only played 2 hours, and so yeah, this is kind of Ben's chance to elevate on the big stage and get a little bit closer to these top guys. And so we'll see if he can bring it. It will be fun.
Yeah, Sinner obviously has already lost to Shelton Shanghai 2023. Maybe this was, some sort of tired aspect as well after Beijing. That is possible, absolutely. But, quicker conditions, they definitely can make the margins a little slimmer. And after today, it's just tough to have confidence, at least in Sinner being, in beast mode. That's not probably what we're going to see. Even last year when Ben was so tired and just, almost seemed like it won't be a match, the third set, could have won that. I don't think he could have gone much further with it. The set was probably enough. But it makes you think that this should be closer this time.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
On to talking about the potential opponent for, well, not the potential opponent, but the opponent for Sinner, who is, of course, Ben Shelton. Before we get to like talking about the actual match, let's just mention the win that he got today over Lorenzo Sonego, which, recently I remember this amazing stat that Sinner was 47-0 in his last 50 matches when not facing Alcaraz, right? And 0-3 against Alcaraz. And this is kind of the same situation, although the sample size is much smaller. But after 3 Grand Slams this year, and having obviously played all of them, Lorenzo Sonego still hasn't lost to anyone but Ben Shelton.
Yeah, they just can't avoid each other in these slams lately. And they also played in the 2023 RG. So they've played a lot. Like Ben has only played 12 majors or something, and like 4 of them he's faced Sonego. So pretty wild. He seems to, obviously Sonego was also coming off of that 5-hour win against Nakashima. But he took that first set here, and he had some occasional chances, and like in the third he broke back. It was still like, pretty hard fought for times in the third, and obviously Sonego won the first. So but yeah, it's like kind of more the same of what I've seen from Shelton this tournament. Just players that he's got used to beating, especially in the best of 5 format, where he just sort of rises to the occasion. His backhand slice has been working really well all tournament. Obviously the big serve, and just like that big presence and showing up in the tie breaks, delivering, playing good tennis. He returned really well in the second set too. So cleaned some of the aspects of his game up, shortened the backswing a little bit, especially on the backhand, which I have to say looks a little bit more sturdy right now. But obviously, like, the test just gets much bigger, and now he gets another crack at Sinner, who he's played last year at Wimbledon, and there was one close tiebreak there, and Australian Open also this year, where in all likelihood he probably should have won that first set. So.
Yeah, last year he obviously also arrived in the Sinner match really wiped out after the previous 5 setters. His fault, definitely, but he really didn't have a good chance to compete there. Now, I mean, he has to be looking, I think, at this as a potential chance. He on grass should have a better chance at hanging in, just getting that serve in and hoping that the lottery is kind of going to work in his favor at least, and maybe he can even do more. Obviously, he's an amazing slam player. There's a lot of stats that you could potentially go for, which kind of show that, he's basically been performing in these events so much better than the rest of the tour. And also, just the fact that with such a short career still, he's already made so many quarters, semis. And maybe this is the time to take the next step. I mean, what we've seen today against Dimitrov for Sinner definitely makes you think that this should be the toughest. Well, okay, this was a really tough test for Sinner today, but it makes you think that Sinner will be pushed by Shelton at the very least. Ben has only dropped 1 set so far, and that was today to Lorenzo Sonego. And like we said before the event, I mean, it doesn't really matter how he does in the warm-ups. He can lose in Mallorca, he could lose to Petros Tsitsipas, and still he would probably be able to turn it on at Wimbledon. That's exactly what he did. Of course, there were a few openings as well along the way, but these openings kind of led to the fact that he played Sonego again, which is super funny. Now I'm just so excited to see what the US Open draw will be, and hopefully they're in the same half. Hopefully they're not just going to be in have to meet in the final, because that's probably impossible. But I would like to see a 4th Sinner Sonego, and we're going to be getting, as you said, the 2nd Sinner Shelton of the year. I think this one will be much more competitive.
All signs point to it being competitive, right? You would think, with the Dimitrov match today, and how fresh Shelton is and how fresh Sinner could be, considering he only played 2 hours. And so this is kind of Ben's chance to elevate on the big stage and get a little bit closer to these top guys. And so we'll see if he can bring it. It will be fun.
Yeah, Sinner obviously has already lost to Shelton Shanghai 2023. Maybe this was, some sort of tired aspect as well after Beijing. That is possible, absolutely. But, quicker conditions, they definitely can make the margins a little slimmer. And after today, it's just tough to have confidence, at least in Sinner being, in beast mode. That's not probably what we're going to see. Even last year when Ben was so tired and just, almost seemed like it won't be a match, the 3rd set could have won that. I don't think he could have gone much further with it. Like the set was probably enough, but it makes you think that this should be closer this time.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paolini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Belinda Bencic was serving for the match. Once Sinner and Shelton get underway, those of you tuning into that stream, I will be sharing the Sinner-Shelton score. Just seeing Sinner there with his elbow strap on. Andreeva holds for 6-5. This is where all the attention is right now. 1 hour and 53 minutes at 3:30 local time. 60 plus viewers on YouTube right now. Please hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. How many likes do we have? Would be great to get to 100 likes on the Andreeva Bencic stream. Sinner practicing volleys there at the net. Is that Julia Roberts I just saw in the crowd as well? I could be wrong. By the way, I did not like her character in Notting Hill. Discuss. Ghosty, don't know, don't care. This is far more important. Well, yeah, it's more significant. Bencic here serving at 5-6 to stay in the second set. This is wild. Forehand chop return. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a second serve for Mira Andreeva to look at. Ghosty, how many likes have we got? Are we getting close to 100? Oh, we must be over 50. Please tell me we're over 50. Good depth there from Bencic. She's attacking now. Thought about coming into the net and given her net prowess. Ooh, the Andreeva backhand goes long. So, 15 love. Hello to all, says Yo Curtis on Twitch. Reese Ifans, yes indeed. So please hit the like button as we see Shelton and Sinner continue to warm up. Chop return is going to go long from Andreeva. That feels like a gift. Regarding Sinner and Shelton, they have a 5-1 head-to-head, which does include one on grass in the favour of Jannik Sinner. Their last meeting coming in Australia this year at the Australian Open, which Sinner won in straight sets. I think Shelton was serving for that first set in Australia, but when he didn't close it out, that was it. Nice return there for Mina Andreeva, but she does apologise. So I'm not sure if that was mishit, because I don't think it touched the net. 30-15. Are we going to go to 3 sets in this Mina Andreeva? Bencic match. Oh, dear. Bencic, by the way, serving for the match. And she had match points against Iga Swiatek in 2023. So she has a painful Wimbledon history in so many ways. Forehand return is going to miss from Andreeva. So it's going to be 40-15. She swipes her racket in frustration in the air. 2 game points. Couple of gifts from Andreeva on return here in this match. Still waiting to see from our producer Ghosty how many likes we've got on YouTube. Please hit the like button, everyone. Okay, down the tee, goes into the net, does Bencic on the first serve. So second serve here to look at. Sinner and Shelton about to get underway on number 1 court. Shelton serving first. Meanwhile, Andreeva and Bencic. Is this match coming to an end? Or are we going to go to a tiebreak? And then maybe come to an end. Volley there from Andreeva at the net. Smash from Andreeva. Just pats it back. That was calm from Mida. A panicking Mida could have easily whacked that without realizing there was an open court. But she realized, patting it back. 40-30. 25 likes. That's not many, Ghosty. Please, everyone, hit the like button. We need to be getting to 50 likes on this video, given the wide audience we've got. Shelton and Sinner underway. Shelton serving first and Shelton going long on the forehand. So it's love 15 on the American serve. There's a pained expression on the Belinda Bencic face. Now, is that pain physical or mental? Not sure, but she's got a game point. Down the tee she goes. Forehand return. I think if this goes 3, surely Mida is winning it. Deuce on the Bencic serve. She needs that finish line as soon as possible. Pulling a face at her team. Hit that like button, as Ghosty says. 70 viewers on YouTube right now. Please, everyone, hit the like button. I will share the score shortly for Shelton and Sinner on the screen. But for now, we can enjoy Andreeva and Bencic in this latter stages of the second set. Could be the latter stages of the match, of course. It's going to be a set point for Mina Andreeva. Sorry, did I say set point? Game point for Belinda Bencic. My apologies. That Sinner elbow looks okay so far. Bencic holds for 6-all. Bencic holds 6-all. So we are going to a tiebreak. 3 sets definitely favours Mira. I agree, yes. So, Andreeva to serve here. The first point of this tiebreak. Shelton has a game point, by the way, for 1-love at the beginning of the Shelton-Sinner quarterfinal. We're having a rally here. We're having a rally. Bencic on top. Bencic on top. Is this going to land in? Yes, it is. Bencic forehand. That was timid from Belinda. Bencic slice. Also pretty timid. Giving away the ascendancy here. Is Mira Andreeva going to put the volley away? No. And she's normally putting those away, but she didn't. It was tricky. Maybe she should have narrowed the angle there at the net. I think she should have narrowed that angle at the net. Anyway, 1-0 Bencic. Second serve for Mira Andreeva to look at. Forehand return from Mira's decent. Coming into the net, Mira. She puts that forehand away. Belinda looks like she's struggling right now. 1-1. Belinda looks like she's struggling physically and mentally. But that's a lovely forehand winner there from the Swiss. 2-1. Shelton holds on center court. Sorry, on number 1 court. Remember, this is a place for the semi-finals up for grabs here, where the winner here will face Iga Swiatek after she won in straight sets over Sonova earlier on today. As I struggle to get words out of my mouth, is this going to be a struggle here for Mira Andreeva? She's at the net again. It was a tricky volley from Mira, and once again, it's a backhand volley fail from Mira Andreeva. It's a volley foul, I should say. 2 of the points that have gone the way of Bencic so far have been misplaced volleys from Andreeva at the net. Both were tricky, especially given the pressure. Decent serve there from Mira. Oh, she's put the forehand in the net. Bencic, 3 points away from her first ever Wimbledon semi-final, but that is a gift. 4-1. Yeah, I've seen her limping a bit too ghosty, but I don't know if it's just fatigue or what. Anyway, 4-1. Belinda desperate for the finish line. Second serve here for Andreeva. She gets to 4-2 at the change of ends, and it's game on. 5-1, and she's staring down the barrel of the defeat. Forehand return is decent. Backhand from Bencic. Backhand from Andreeva. It's going to be good, but it's not going to win the point outright. She's going to do it, though, with a forehand, and it is 4-2 at the change of ends. So it is game on again in this tiebreak. 4-2. Bencic. Change of ends. Shelton, 1 game all with Jannik Sinner on serve. Of course, if it is one game all, it has to be on serve. Johnny boy, know your tennis. Net stats, Ghosty, were pretty healthy for both players. 75% they were at, but that was a couple of games ago. I think Mirrors would have dropped significantly after those 2 missed volleys. Ghosty's back, as is Jake. 80 people watching on YouTube right now. Please hit the like button, but also subscribe to the channel if you're new to keep up to date with all things tennis. The subscribe button is just below the screen. Okay, Bencic here serving 4-2. Forehand return from Mira Andreeva. Backhand from Bencic into the backhand of Andreeva. Backhand Bencic. Forehand slice there from Andreeva is going to go long. And as soon as it came off her racket, Mira knew it. She was disconsolate the second it came off her racket. She can't believe it. 5-2 Bencic. Bencic needs this finish line, both mentally and physically, as I've been saying throughout the latter stage of this second set. Bencic was serving for the match, but she couldn't get it done. We're now in a tiebreak, and Bencic is 2 points away from victory. Andreeva hit a serve, 2-5. Where are you going with the serve? You're going down the tee, but it's going to clip the net. It's going to be a first serve, though, for the Russian. I would say neither of Andreeva's shots have been that reliable today, certainly in the second set anyway. Andreeva here serving down the tee, missed by quite some margin, wide. 2-5, Andreeva serving. Double fault, Mira Andreeva. 4 match points for Belinda Bencic. Well, we talk about mistimed double faults. That could not have come at much worse a time. Of course, another one here would be ill-timed as well. 4 match points for Belinda Bencic for her second ever Grand Slam semi-final. Mira Andreeva to serve 2-6. Where are you going with this serve? Out wide. It lands in. Backhand cross court. Forehand from Bencic. Forehand from Andreeva. Backhand Bencic from the forehand. These are not taking any risks on any of these shots here from Mira. She's really nervous right now, as you can imagine, staring down the barrel of defeat, especially as Bencic increases the aggression here. Bencic comes into the net. She's got a volley. She's got a smash to put this away for a place in the Wimbledon semi-final. She's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Belinda Bencic wins 7-6. 7-6. She's into the Wimbledon semi-final. She's grinning like a Cheshire cat. I bet you don't use that expression in the US. It means she's very happy. Hearts and kisses all round. Wimbledon semi-final. I feared that the Andreeva level wasn't going to be good enough to go all the way in this tournament. In that quarterfinal win she had over Navarro, I thought the scoreboard flattered to deceive. Anyway, Mira Andreeva will be back some other time. But it is Belinda Bencic's moment. She will face Iga Swiatek in the semi-finals at Wimbledon 2025. Shall we have a look at the stats, ladies and gentlemen? For this encounter, of course, the most important stat of all is that Bencic has won 7-6, 7-6 here on centre court. So, stats attack. Here we go. There's a picture of Andreeva and Conchita Martinez before the match got underway. But stat attack. Here we go. Bencic in attack, 27% compared to 24% for Mira Andreeva. Just the one ace from Bencic in the entire match, 6 from Mira Andreeva, but 4 double faults for Mira Andreeva, including one that set up those match points for Belinda Bencic. 4 of them she had, and she took it on the first. First serve in, by the way, for Bencic, 74%, and both players winning 73% of their first serves. But second serve points won. This is an interesting stat that Bencic winning 55%, whereas Andreeva winning just 40%.
a healthy 83% of net points won, including the last point of the match, which was an easy smash for Bencic, 83%, 64% Milovan Driver. Okay, let's listen to Belinda Bencic right now.
For her, she's 18 years old and she's performing at the biggest stage, already winning so many amazing tournaments, and she has a great game, a lot of variation. So I was studying really all evening yesterday to find a little bit of a plan what to do, and I think it worked out well. Of course, into tiebreak it's not easy. It's really just a small edge. So I'm so grateful to be able to play on center court. Again, I think it's just my third time or something, so it's always so magical. Thank you so much.
You say it's just a small edge. I think there were no breaks of serve in the first 20 games. Obviously, there were the tie breaks, but that just shows the quality of the match. What do you think that small edge was?
You're asking me very difficult questions right now. I'm not sure, on the court sometimes, in the end, when it gets so tight, I don't think you're thinking anymore. I think it's just your body's functioning and your instincts kick in. And obviously it was so important to hold the serve because, of course, it's very frustrating. I felt like I was there on her serve, sometimes having 30-all, and she came up with a great serve. So, of course, you always have to, put the pressure on the opponent. And, I'm really happy I won today.
How's the foot?
I think it's my nail.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's my toenail. They always crack, and it's a life of a tennis player. So I didn't want to take a medical tiebreak, so you don't have to see this.
Here's a much easier question for you. What is it like to have made it through to the semi-finals of Wimbledon for the first time?
Arms aloft.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable. It's a dream come true. I tried not to think about it at the match point. I had troubles last time with the match points, so I'm just speechless. Honestly, it's just my second semi-final of a Grand Slam overall, and the first one at Wimbledon. So just speechless. So happy.
And the final thing, as many people here will know, many people watching will know, that you took maternity leave to have Bella, and now you're back. But you started the year ranked nearer 500 in the world. With this win today, you're into the top 20. You've got a semi-final at Wimbledon to look forward to. How proud are you of this return to tennis?
I'm very proud. Actually, all my career, I didn't say it a lot to myself, but after having Bella, I really say it to myself every day, and I think that changes a lot. But of course, I have to say it's not only me. I wouldn't be able to do it without my amazing family and also my amazing team. We worked so hard on the comeback, and we are just enjoying, life on tour with Bella, traveling. It's been beautiful to create these memories together, and obviously, to play great is so amazing, but for me, it's a bonus. So I'm generally just really happy to be able to play again. My body allows it. I'm proud of everyone in my team. Thank you.
Well, how about a huge round of applause one more time. First semi-final for Belinda Bencic.
Belinda Bencic. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do think it's time that we look forward to her semi-final. We've got Jannik Sinner against Ben Shelton, by the way. It's 2 games all on the Shelton serve. 30 all as well. But yeah, Swiatek against Belinda Bencic is going to be a Wimbledon quarter-final. Swiatek obviously winning today in straight sets. The head-to-head, by the way, between these two is 3-1 in the favor of Iga Swiatek. Let's have a quick look at the path to the semi-final for both of these two players. First of all, Belinda Bencic. She came through 6-love, 6-3 over Alicia Parks in the first round. And then in the second round, she had a 3-setter over Jacquemont, where she lost the first set 6-4, but quickly reset rounding off the next 2 sets, losing just 3 games. But what an epic she had in the 3rd round against Cocciaretto. That'll be the one that she remembers if she does go on to lift the title. Of course, she's one of the final 4, so she has to be in the reckoning there, albeit some might view her as the outsider against Iga Swiatek, and even the final if it comes up, particularly against Aryna Sabalenka. But anyway, yes, she won that tiebreak 10-7 against the Italian in the 3rd round. That was an epic. She then came through in straight sets over Alexandrova and did exactly the same today over Mida Andreeva. Just regarding that win over Andreeva today, though, of course, there were some volleys from Mida at the net that didn't work out in that second set tiebreak. Also a double fault for Mida Andreeva, which wasn't well timed. So Mida may have just been a bit off it. I do think that Mida wasn't really on it against Emma Navarro. I do think that was a deceptive scoreline in that particular match. But anyway, back to Belinda. She got the job done. Did look like she was struggling a bit physically towards the end. So particularly with the toe, or the toenail specifically, I think there would have been a medical timeout had that obviously been necessary, as that was getting aggravated towards the end of the match. That's something to keep an eye out in her semi-final with Iga. Iga came through, by the way, today in flying colours with a straight sets win over Samsonova. Let's have a quick look at Iga Swiatek's path to the semi-finals. That has included wins over Kudermetova in round 1 in straight sets, a 3-sets win over McNally, then a straight sets win over Collins, then a 6-4, 6-1 win over Towson. Her serve has been getting better and better throughout this tournament. Was a bit more vulnerable on serve today to Samsonova, but ultimately Iga coming through 6-2, 7-5. And so her semi-final with Bencic, of course, it's a rematch of their Wimbledon quarterfinal of 2023 when Bencic had match points. I think she had a couple of them. And Iga prevailed there. 6-7, 7-6, 6-3. Previous wins for Iga came in Doha and in Australia United Cup in 2023. So they played 3 times that year, and Iga won all 3, it would appear. That one in Doha doesn't seem to have a scoreline, so I don't know whether that was a retirement from Bencic. Or maybe the Doha one didn't happen. Whatever, anyway. Strange website that we have, of course. What a surprise. The one win for Bencic came in the US Open in 2021, a straight sets win there. Previous to that, there was an Adelaide 500 that Iga won. So ignore that Doha comment. But basically, the one that we'll all be remembering and honing in on as we look forward to this match is that 3-set epic that Swiatek had in the round of 16. One of the matches of the year, that particular year, that Iga won. How do I see this one going? Well, there's a lot of factors, I think, in favor of Iga Swiatek. I think that she's serving better than ever before. I think she's playing better on grass than ever before. Of course, she made the Bad Homburg final recently as well before she lost to Jessica Pegula there. I think Bencic's run has been incredible, but she has been vulnerable, none more so than in that Cocciaretto match. Today, I thought Mida Andreeva was off it more than Bencic was on it. Bencic was solid. She didn't break the Mida Andreeva serve, though, until near the end of the match, and then ultimately was serving for the match. But physically as well, Iga has to be in a much better shape. And so, therefore, I expect Iga Swiatek to prevail in that semi-final, probably in 3 sets. Look forward to seeing you on the other side for the men's quarter-finals. Okay. So let's hone in now on some of the other tennis that's going on. Of course, that does include Shelton against Sinner right now. Ben time, indeed it is. Cat and mouse point here. Oh, wow, what a point that was between Shelton and Sinner. Let's share some of the scores with you on the screen. It's 3-3 here between Shelton and Sinner. Djokovic Kaboli about to get underway. There we go. 30-15 here on the Shelton serve at 3-3. Sinner coming into the net. Shelton lobbing him and missing 30-all. Huge moments here in this first set between Shelton and Sinner. Sinner looking okay physically thus far. Nice volley there from Shelton, and he's going to get a smash, which he's going to deal with. 40-30, Ben Shelton. Kaboli and Djokovic will be on court shortly. Sinner wins the next point for deuce. For those of you just tuning in, please do hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Game point, Ben Shelton. Three-all, advantage Ben. Backhand slice, forehand drop shot from Sinner. Shelton chases it down and Sinner puts that into the net. Nice hold there for Ben Shelton. Good hold for Ben. And we'll take a quick break.
Thanks for tuning into this watch along. While there's a break in play, here's a reminder to hit the like button, subscribe and click that notification bell. Your support helps to keep the channel going. While we're here, you can now become a member to enjoy perks including badges for the live chat, but also bonus material such as interviews with top players from both ATP and WTA tours. The membership link is pinned in the live chat. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. So whether it be serves or volleys, forehands or backhands, serve bots or drop shots, we've got you covered. Whether that be via our website, talking-tennis.com, where you can read features and interviews from our top writers. Or if you prefer us in audio form, you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Amazon or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from. Remember, we offer you wall-to-wall coverage via our regular watch-alongs, magazine shows such as Nick's WTA Weekly or Damien and Mario's ATP version. Plus, we deliver top content from people on the ground, actually at the tournaments, so you get even nearer to the action. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Jannik Sinner here serving 3-4. 15 love. Kaboli and Djokovic yet to take the court.
Beaten all of them.
So, Sinner, 30 love on his serve. Do hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Sinner gets to 40 love, 3 game points for the Italian. Serve out wide. He's going to miss from Jannik. Forty love. Second serve. Ben Shelton misses that return. And it's 4-all. Great to have so many of you watching right now. This very intriguing quarterfinal, which I think has added some intrigue given the physical issues that Jannik has incurred in his previous match against Grigor Dimitrov. Of course, he was 2 sets to love down in that encounter. And he was struggling with what appeared to be an elbow injury. But then suddenly, a pec issue, a pectoral issue for Grigor Dimitrov flared up and he wasn't able to finish the match. Good serve there from Ben Shelton, +1, 15 love. .30 love here, Ben Shelton. 30-15. His father watching on. Still waiting for Kaboli and Djokovic to take to the court. (40-30) here, Ben Shelton, after hitting a double fault there. It's his third of the match. Sinner has yet to double fault. Shelton holds, by the way, so once again eking out a one-game advantage. (5-4) he leads now. Kaboli and Djokovic will be coming up shortly on centre court. Sinner returning to the court alongside Ben Shelton, 4-5. And he's about to serve. Forehand +1 there. Serve from Jannik Sinner. (30) Sinner here. Forehand return from Shelton. Backhand cross court. Forehand from Shelton is going to go long, is it, I think? So 40 love. Ghosty here, hiding his allegiances. 3 game points here for Jannik Sinner to make it 5-all. So we head towards the business end of this first set. Shelton on return there. Slice there from Ben. Good depth on that one. Jannik, though, what about that precision on the forehand? 5-all. Seemingly no issues on the elbow right now. They may flare up, of course, as this match continues. Exactly, Ghosty. Do please hit that like button, everyone. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Still waiting for Kaboli and Djokovic to join. Shelton here. Love 15 on his serve. Come on, Novak. Come on, Flavio. Get on with it. Get on with it. I like it, Ghosty. That's good. Love 15 here. Shelton serving. $15 all. 144 miles an hour serve there that Sinner couldn't deal with. No shame in that, not being able to deal with that. Forehand return. Forehand from Shelton. Chopped return there from Sinner's going to go long. 30-15. Down the tee, clips the net and goes long. When will I see you again? Forehand from Sinner into the backhand of Shelton. Sinner comes into the net, puts that backhand volley away. 30 all. So it seems, Ghosty. So it seems. Ah, well done, Flavio and Novak. Novak, by the way, here's a little nugget of information for you. He is notoriously late for his media arrangements, let's say. So maybe punctuality is not his thing. Kaboli and Djokovic scoreline being shared on the screen there. Meanwhile, Shelton has a game point. For 6-5 lead. Backhand return from Sinner goes into the net. Shelton's happy with that one. 6-5, change of ends. Are we going to see a change of fortune for Ben Shelton on the Jannik Sinner serve? It's been a serve-dominated 41-minute set so far. Yet to yield a break of serve. Meanwhile, Kaboli and Djokovic enter the court. So they exchange pleasantries at the net prior to the match getting underway. Novak a heavy, heavy favourite. I think that's the sister of Ben Shelton we just saw in the crowd there, keeping cool with a little whizzing fan. So, Shelton, Sinner. Sinner serving here at 5-6. Serves out wide. Forehand here from Jannik. Oh, it's going to be a winner. Outright. So still not sure about the start time for tomorrow's women's semi-finals. But I'm pretty sure that Sabalenka Anisimova will be first up, followed by Swiatek Bencic. But I'm not sure on the exact start time for Sabalenka Anisimova. Back forehand return from Shelton goes into the net, so it's 30 love. The Shelton returns again. And I don't mean it in a positive way. I mean, listen, Ghosty, is their coaching relationship at an end, Ivanisevic and Tsitsipas? I mean, I just assumed from that they were no longer working with each other. Do let me know if they still are, then I'll be able to answer that question. Sinner here forcing the issue. 40 love.
Dude, you saved my life. I owe you everything. Anything for you. Bros for life, right? Bros for life. Oh, I love you. I love you too, bro. No, I'm in love with you.
It's a YouTube channel, stroke, whatever influencers called, the Content Machine. Very funny, guys. Forehand winner there from Sinner, and we are going to a first set tiebreak. I think they had a tiebreak in Australia as well, but that came about after Shelton couldn't serve out the first set. 45 minutes on the clock. And we have a first set tiebreak. Tiebreak underway. Shelton serving first, and he holds the serve for 1-0. As we welcome Djokovic and Kaboli fans to the stream. Djokovic Kaboli as well, just about to get underway. It's a 1-0 head-to-head that Djokovic has over the Italian. But just mind me a second before that match starts. We are in a tiebreak here between Jannik Sinner and Ben Shelton to see who's going to win the first set. Backhand cross court, forehand down the line, forehand from Shelton. Good depth on that from Ben. Nice shape here from the lefty. Ben, drop shot, has Sinner on the run. Sinner redrop. Shelton chases it down, 2-0. Ben Shelton. Djokovic and Kaboli continue to warm up. Practicing serves as we speak. Meanwhile, 2-0 Shelton with a mini break advantage for the American. Can he make up for lost time in terms of what occurred to him in Australia? Played that point really well, did Ben. I think he pretty much chose the right shot on each one. Anyway, 2-0, Sinner serving here. Of course, if that elbow is impacting him, it probably will impact him most of all on the serve. Be interesting to know about his serving stats today in terms of speed. 118 miles an hour first serve, not bad. Good backhand winner there from Jannik down the line, 2-1. Djokovic and Kaboli seconds away from getting underway on centre court. But all eyes right now on court number one. Shelton serving 2-1 against Jannik Sinner. Serves out wide, but misses. Second serve. Where are you going with this? Second serve clips the net, lands in. So it's still a second serve for Jannik Sinner to look at. Backhand return from Sinner. Forehand from Shelton. Backhand from Sinner. Backhand Shelton. Backhand Sinner. Backhand Shelton's not going to make it. 2-all. Mini break advantage comes and goes for Ben. 2-2. Djokovic to serve first against Flavio Cobolli, and he wins the first point of the match with a 146 km/h serve. That serve that missed from Ben Shelton was 140 miles an hour. 2-2, second serve. Double fault, Ben Shelton. 3-2, Sinner. Some concerned looks now from the Ben Shelton box. As Sinner, a mini break down at 2-0, wins 3 points in a row. We see Cahill, one of the coaches of Jannik Sinner, caked in sun cream. Good serve down the tee there from Sinner. Backhand from Shelton into the backhand of Jannik Sinner. Forehand Shelton's just going to make it over the net. Slice from Sinner. Forehand Shelton. Backhand cross court from Jannik Sinner. Forehand from Shelton's going to go long. 4-2 at the change of ends. Jannik Sinner. Sinner, dinner. Djokovic serving first against Flavio Cobolli. And it's 30-15 on his serve at the beginning of that match. 4-2, Jannik Sinner, change of ends. Timely reminder to hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, please hit subscribe. He is stepping back, Ghosty, but at the end of the year, that arrangement is going to come to an end. Do get voting, by the way, in our polls as to who you think is going to win. Shelton or Sinner, Djokovic or Cobolli. Sinner here serving 4-2. Forehand cross court there from Shelton. Backhand cross court from Sinner. Shelton, has he gone long there? I think he has. 5-2 Sinner. 5 points in a row for Jannik Sinner now. Just long. 70 people watching on YouTube. You please got to hit that like button. Maybe we'll get to 18,500 subscribers by the end of the day. You never know. Backhand return from Jannik Sinner. Backhand behind him from Shelton. Shelton with a runaround forehand here. Unleashes, but he's not won the point yet. In fact, Jannik is very much in this rally, even though he must be feeling a bit fatigued. And Shelton goes long with a forehand. 6 points in a row now for Jannik Sinner. Shelton out wide on that serve, but he's going to miss it. Second serve here for Jannik Sinner to look at. Oh, shanked forehand from Ben Shelton. And Jannik Sinner with 7 points in a row runs out the winner of that first set. From 2-0 down, he ends up winning it by 7 points to 2. Oh, that had a sort of flat feel to that tiebreak, given the inevitability of it once. Really, from the change of ends at 4-2. Sinner started to keep his cool and Shelton started to miss fire. So, 7-6, Jannik Sinner runs out that first set. Okay. Djokovic winning the first game by of that match, and Caboli has a game point to make it 1-1 over on center court. Court number 1. Well, Sinner takes a small step towards the semi-final. Caboli, game point for 1-1. Neither Sinner nor Shelton took a timeout at the end of that, a legitimate toilet break, I should say, at the end of that first set. So they are back on court now to resume. Sinner serving 7-6. He won that first set in a little over 50 minutes. Caboli holds for 1-1. And Djokovic is love 15 on his serve. Sinner is also love 15 on his serve at the beginning of this second set. Backhand return from Shelton into the forehand of Jannik Sinner. Backhand down the line from Shelton. Slice here from Shelton. I think his slice is pretty mean, as in pretty good. His forehand is good too. His backhand is okay. It's the return and his net play that I think Shelton needs to improve if he's going to win Wimbledon. Now, of course, he could be lifting the title in 3 days from now. And you'll say, John, I thought you said he needed to improve his return and his volleying. Well, anyway, Caboli applying a little bit of pressure to the Novak Djokovic serve at 15-30. Djokovic 1-1, 15-30. Sinner here is also at 15-30 on his serve. Hi, Ghosty. The elbow seems to be holding up okay, Cedric. If there is an issue, it might be just that he's a couple of kilometers down per hour on his serves. Anyway, more pressingly, Sinner has a couple of break points to fend off here at the beginning of this second set. How many likes are we at on YouTube, by the way? Fingers crossed we can get to 50 pretty quickly. Good serve there from Sinner, but it's not enough to win the point outright, but it is with a +1 forehand, 30-40. Thank you for your support, Ghosty. Nice attacking play there from Jannik Sinner. Deuce. Djokovic holds for 2-1. Ace, Jannik Sinner. Game point for the Italian. This does feel like it's going to have a few tie breaks in it. Ooh, a shank there. Anyway, Sinner holds. Deary me. 2 break points. It's been a bit of a bad 10 minutes for Ben Shelton. From 2-0 up in the tiebreak, he loses 7 points in a row. Sinner wins that tiebreak. Then you're thinking Shelton's making a move here at the beginning of the second set on the Jannik serve, 15-40, but Jannik fends off those break points, wins 4 points in a row. And now it's 1 set to love and 1 game to love for Jannik Sinner over the number 10 seed. Meanwhile, over on centre court, Caboli is 1-2 against Novak Djokovic. Shelton ace, 15 love. Caboli here, 40 love on his serve as he seeks a 2-all scenario. Shelton puts a backhand slice into the net, 15 all. An hour and 1 minute on the clock for this encounter. Second serve here for Jannik Sinner to look at. 15 all. Slice there from Ben into the backhand of Sinner. Cross court from Ben. Forehand chop back there from Sinner, but a miss-hit forehand from Ben Shelton. And we're at 15-30. The last time an American player defeated the number 1 seed in a gentleman's singles quarterfinal at Wimbledon was Sam Querrey in 2017 when he beat Andy Murray. Backhand return. Oh, serve and volley there. Good idea from Ben Shelton. Worked a treat, 30 all. That is something that I think he certainly should be using a lot more on grass. Sinner did really well to chase that down, by the way. Look at that. Caboli goes from 40 love to deuce, by the way, as he's trying to hold here at 1-2. Good serve there from Ben Shelton. Good service game for him to get out of it with an ace there. So 1 game all. Kaboli has another game point. He's had 3 of them in this game, but they've come and gone to make it 2 all. Drop shot Djokovic. Kaboli chases it down, but can't flick it back across and keep it on the court or in the court. I think it's in the court, isn't it? Deuce over there. Sinner to serve at 1 all. Come on, says Ben's father. Forehand to forehand right now. It's now on the backhand of Djokovic into the backhand of Kaboli. Forehand from Djokovic. Backhand cross court from Kaboli into the backhand of Novak. Ooh, Kaboli just picking up the pace there a bit with that backhand. Advantage for the Italian as he has another game point. I think it's his 5th of the game. Remember, he was 40-love up in this game. Meanwhile, Shelton Sinner, it's Sinner serving at 15 all. After a double fault from the Italian at 15-love. Kaboli holds for 2 all. Sinner, Shelton, meanwhile, 15 all here, 1 all in the second set. Sinner dealing with these forehands pretty well. 30-15, Jannik Sinner. Djokovic serving against Kaboli at 2 all. So pretty tight affairs so far, these 2 men's quarterfinals. An hour and 5 minutes on the clock for Sinner and Shelton thus far. (30-15) Jannik Sinner serving. Where are you going to go with this serve? You're going to go down the tee. It's an ace for Jannik Sinner. We're seeing quite a few aces in this encounter. Novak Djokovic goes long on the backhand, so it's love 15 on his serve. 40-15 Jannik Sinner for 2-1. Forehand return from Ben goes into the net. That dynamic that I think he needs to improve, whether he's going to win Wimbledon or not. And it's 2-1 Jannik Sinner. Meanwhile, Djokovic, Kaboli.
Be a player that's from.
Djokovic goes down the tee with that serve. Ooh, chalk flies up there. Drop shot Novak. Not bad. Kaboli chases it down, but misses again. Similar to the previous one, the previous drop shot he tried to chase down and then just hit it out across court. 15 all. Sinner and Shelton at the change of ends. Sinner leads by 1-0 and 2-1. What a return from Flavio Cobolli, 15-30. Boom! Flying across the court there. $15-30. Can the Italian make an impression here and get an early break in this match? It's going to have a second serve to look at. Someone munching on something. Is it Ian Woosnam, maybe? Welsh golfer. That's it. Looky-likey, anyway. Oh, a second serve ace that Cobolli didn't read. 30 all. Shelton's 30 love on his serve at 1-2. Ace, Djokovic, back to back. And from 15-30, he's now at 40-30. Meanwhile, Shelton Sinner is 40 love on Ben's serve. Djokovic going to come into the net and put this away. 3-2 at the change of ends over on center court. And Shelton holds for 2 all. That return had Federer quality about it, suggests goes to, I'm assuming you're talking about the Cobolli zooming, booming return. So, 2 all between Sinner and Shelton. Sinner serving now. Sinner at the net, volley, 15 love. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay, 15 love here. Sinner serving 2 all. Misses the first serve. This is Djokovic's 20th appearance at Wimbledon. He has a 12-2 record in quarterfinals. His only losses coming against Haas in 2009 and Berdych in 2017. Drop shot there from Ben is pretty cool, but Sinner does really well. 30 love. Djokovic turned for a booming return, but Cobolli's still in the rally here. And he's going to miss that forehand, Flavio. The court was there, but it's love 15 on Flavio's serve because he hits it just long. Meanwhile, Jannik Sinner, 2 all, 30 love. Flavio's missing his first serve. Sinner down the tee. Shelton there. That isn't going to work. 40 love. Djokovic return. Flavio Cobolli into the net. Love 30. Hey, Lynn. How are you? Lynn, if you haven't already done so, please hit like. But also, Lynn, I haven't seen your name before, so please click that subscribe button. If you haven't already done so. Hi, Benny. Forehand from Ben Shelton goes long, and Jannik Sinner holds for 3-2. Change of ends there. Meanwhile, Flavio Cobolli, Jannik Sinner. Sorry, Flavio Cobolli, Novak Djokovic. Oh, maybe that's going to be a semi-final. Who knows? 15-30 here on the Cobolli serve. It's a good serve out wide. Cobolli comes into the net, puts the smash away. 30 all. 212 kilometers an hour, that serve. I'm still here. I'm just going to the kitchen for a moment. So, Shelton, 2-3. Djokovic and Cobolli are at deuce. It's love 15 on the Shelton serve. Break point, Novak Djokovic. Oh! Sinner clutching his elbow. Sinner clutching his elbow there. John Major, former British Prime Minister, in the crowd for Cobolli against Djokovic. Djokovic has another break point. Djokovic, Cobolli, deuce. Shelton holds. Cobolli, game point. Drop shot, Cobolli. Djokovic chases it down. Forehand cross-court winner. Cobolli, 3-all. Meanwhile, Sinner serving 3-all, love 15. hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. These two men's quarterfinals right now are very intriguing. Shelton defending 15-all. Ultimately not able to resist the onslaught. Djokovic with a jumping volley there at the net, 15-love. I think it'd be interesting if Flavio can make this really physical. Someone tell Wimbledon to stop some of these stats because they're just silly. Oh, what a point that was. 30-15. That's it, Flavio. Keep this physical. Sinner, 30-15. You just feel as though one break of serve will be enough. I mean, there's not been a break of serve yet in this match. Sinner had to save a couple of break points at the beginning of this second set. Meanwhile, Kabali, 30-all on the Novak serve. Shaking his racket. Is this my time, he's thinking? $30-all here in both of these games. Shelton nets, 40-30, Jannik Sinner. Come on, Nole, says Lin. He's got a game point here. And he's going to hold for 4-3. Can Jannik Sinner do the same? Backhand return from Shelton. Backhand from Sinner. Slice from Shelton. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand from Shelton to the backhand of Jannik Sinner, of course. Shelton being a lefty makes it a little bit more difficult to remember what's going on and who's hitting forehands and backhands. But I tell you what's happened just there is Sinner has hit a backhand into the net. Deuce. Earlier on, there were wins for Swiatek and Bencic to set up a semi-final between the two. Shelton goes long. Game point, Jannik Sinner. Deuce once more. Sinner not looking a happy chappy right now, despite leading by a set to love. He knows he's under a bit more pressure on his serve than Ben is these days. Deuce, Sinner, Shelton. Game point. Jannik Sinner again. Djokovic applying some pressure to the Cabali serve. Love 30. Do hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Game point, Jannik Sinner. Backhand slice from Ben Shelton. Forehand from Sinner into the backhand of Shelton. Good depth there from Ben. But he's going to go long. Sinner holds 4-3. Meanwhile, Cabali 30 all.
Which always win on your
40-30, Cabali. Sinner does not look comfortable out there. Regarding that elbow. Game point, Cabali for 4-all. Djokovic comes into the net, prowling down, doesn't need to worry about it. Deuce. Advantage Djokovic. Break point for Novak. Novak can't get to that one. He takes a tumble, but I think he's okay. Deuce. Double fault Cabali, another break point for Novak Djokovic. Meanwhile, Shelton serving 3-4, love 15. Hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Break point, Novak Djokovic. $15-all, Shelton Sinner. Oh, that's going to land in. Djokovic with a big backhand. This is exhausting. Cabali is going to miss the forehand and Djokovic breaks 5-3. Djokovic will serve for the first set. Meanwhile, look at how close that was, just missing. Meanwhile, Shelton, 15-30 on his serve. Good serve there from Ben, 30 all. Good forehand down the line there from Jannik Sinner. He's going to have a break point, 30-40. 30-40, Jannik Sinner. Djokovic, oh, what a return from Flavio Caboli. 15 love. Deuce. Shelton saves the break point. Caboli, take a bow, love 30. Huge return, and then a big forehand, love 30. Ghosty suggesting Caboli should consider more drop shots. Maybe, but if he's hitting big returns and big forehands like that. But of course, he needs them now. He needs something right now because he's in trouble here in this first set with Djokovic serving for the first set. Love 30, but wait for it. Now we see some first serves from Novak because he's so clutch. Of course, there's a first serve there. Block return. Forehand from Novak. Backhand cross court from Caboli. Backhand from Djokovic goes into the net. Love 40. Love 40, ladies and gentlemen. Shelton holds, by the way. Huge hold for Ben. Saving a break point en route to 4 all. Djokovic here, 5-3, serving for the first set at love 40. Are we going to get a re-break for the Italian? Second serve here. Djokovic misses the forehand. Caboli breaks. We're back on serve. Oakley Dokley. Sinner holds for 5-4. 44 minutes on the clock between Caboli and Djokovic. What's Shelton saying there? Not sure. Anyway, Sinner holds for 5-4. So Shelton, when they return to the court, will be serving to stay in the second set at 4-5. Meanwhile, Djokovic Kaboli. $15 on the Kaboli serve here. Now it's Ben Shelton getting some attention, it looks like, to a foot issue, albeit pretty minor, it would seem. Oh, lovely volley there from Kaboli at the net. I was about to say Djokovic. It was Djokovic-esque. 30-love, Kaboli. Okay, into the rally here, and into the net comes Ben Shelton. That lob is going to go long, so it's 15-love. This is Ben Shelton's 12th Grand Slam appearance. He's bidding to equal his best previous results. Of course, semi-finals of the US Open in 2023, and then in Australia this year when he lost to Jannik Sinner. Cultured return, that one from Sinner. Sinner, oh, chasing that down, 30-15. Sinner on the defense. Shelton with a slice. Forehand from Sinner. Backhand slice from Shelton. Backhand cross court from Sinner. He's dealing really well with these demon slices, by the way. Now he's got another one to deal with. Oh, forehand winner there from Jannik Sinner. That is excellent. 30-all. Jannik is 2 points away from a 2-sets-to-love lead. Thoroughly taped ankle for Shelton, says Jay in the live chat. Please do hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Forehand from Shelton into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner almost falls over. Still in the rally here at 30-all. Shelton, forehand Sinner, cross court. Backhand from Shelton. Backhand from Sinner. Backhand from Shelton. It's going to go long. It's going to go long. Set point, Jannik Sinner. Set point for Jannik Sinner here for a 2-sets-to-love lead. Whatever those elbow issues are, they don't seem to affect him too much during the rallies. Okay, set point. Sinner here on the forehand. Backhand Shelton. It's going to go long. Jannik Sinner wins the second set and now leads by 2 sets to love. He's 1 set away from a Wimbledon semi-final once more. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Caboli against... Has Caboli missed that smash? No, he's made it 5-all. Take a bow, Flavio. Some of the stats from that second set between Sinner and Shelton include 5 aces for Ben and 2 for Jannik, just 1 double fault apiece. Anything else that stands out? Both players doing so well on their first serves, but Ben in that second set winning just 36% of his second serves. That was huge, especially when he got broken. 2 sets to love. Djokovic making heavy weather this first set. He was serving for it at 5-3, but got broken. Djokovic has won 43 of his last 45 matches at Wimbledon. He also won 4 men's singles titles in a row between 2018 and 2022. Of course, there was a COVID year in there, which is why we didn't have 5 there. Caboli going to chase this down, but that's not going to land in. 40-love Novak Djokovic for a 6-5 lead. Love Novak Djokovic to take a 6-5 lead. Meanwhile, Sinner and Ben Shelton are already underway in the third set. Neither of them taking a break. Hit that like button, as Ghosty says. Djokovic holds for 6-5. Change of ends. Shelton desperately seeking a change of fortune now here on number 1 court. He is down 2 sets to love. Sinner, forehand winner down the line. 30-love. I feared that the Andreeva level wasn't going to be... She's into the Wimbledon semi-final. 4 match points for Belinda Bencic. Sinner here, 30-15 on his serve. Caboli and Caboli and Djokovic back on court. Caboli serving 5-6. Sinner here, 2 sets to love up on Ben Shelton. 1 hour and 42 minutes on the clock for this third set clash. Is that even a thing, third set clash? Hopefully you understand what I mean. They're into the third set. Shelton comes into the net. What a backhand cross-court passing winner from Jannik Sinner. Wow. Caboli, 5-6, 15-love. She's into the Wimbledon set. She's into the Wimbledon semi-final. Sinner holds for one love. Like a Cheshire cat. I bet you don't use that expression in the US. Sinner holds for one love. Kaboli has 40-15 on his serve to force a first set tiebreak. Gentlemen, for this encounter, of course, the most important call. Okay, Shelton here serving at love 1, 30 love. Kaboli, 2 game points for a tiebreak. We'll really hone in on that if we do get that tiebreak. We'll hone in on it anyway, even if we get break points for set points for Djokovic. Djokovic, by the way, 40-30 now. So it's just 1 game point left for Kaboli. Shelton holds 1 game all. Kaboli Djokovic deuce. Really nervous right now, as you can imagine, staring down the barrel of Bencic comes into the net. She's got a volley. She's got a smash to put this away for a place in the Wimbledon semi-final. She's done. Game point, Flavio Kaboli, 5-6. Six all. Djokovic tie-break time between him and Kaboli. Sinner, Shelton. Sinner serving at 15 love. Djokovic to serve first in this tiebreak. Kaboli backhand. Djokovic on the stretch. It's going to go long. 1-0 Kaboli. Two, 0 Kaboli. Shelton holds both. Sinner, sorry, holds for 2-1, by the way. Three 0 Kaboli. One that set up the. Percent of net points won, including the. 1-3 unreturned serve.
You're asking me very difficult questions right now. Of course, it's very frustrating. Of course, you always. Okay.
How's Wimbledon?
After having
3-2 Kaboli.
Life on tour.
Hugh Grant is falling asleep, ladies and gentlemen. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. We've got to get that. We've got to get that, ladies and gentlemen. Hugh Grant falling asleep. You don't get to see that every day. I'm going to miss a few seconds of the tennis. He's going to miss maybe this entire tiebreak. 4-2 Kaboli at the change of ends. So Kaboli here, 4-2. Ace, 5-2. Well. Djokovic here serving into the body of Kaboli. That's going to land in. Good backhand down the line. Unbelievable defense, though, from Kaboli, but he's not going to be able to fend that off. 5-3. Kaboli. Sinner and Shelton, 2-2 in the third set.
So I'm
First semi-final for Belinda Bencic.
Belinda Bencic. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen.
For Belinda Bencic.
Oh, the return there from Kaboli goes long. 5-4. Ooh, a second serve. Forehand now from Djokovic. How's your nerve, Flavio? Forehand Djokovic into the backhand of Flavio. Oh, Djokovic increasing the pressure here. Coming into the net. He's going to put that volley away, is he? Yes, he is. 5-all. Hit that like button if you're new to the channel and subscribe. Well, hit the like button and subscribe. You know all that jazz. Anyway, Sinner serving at 2-all, 30-15. Kaboli, Djokovic, 5-all. Forehand return from Novak. Forehand from Kaboli is clever. Set point Flavio. In behind Novak there. Novak scrambling across the court after a good serve out wide. Let me know, is Hugh Grant awake yet? Set point, but it is on the Novak Djokovic serve. He was leading 5-2 in this tiebreak. Anyway, Djokovic serving 5-6. He knows how to handle occasions like this. What about Flavio? Djokovic on the backhand, winner. 6-all, change of ends. Six-all, change of ends. Meanwhile, Sinner and Shelton on hold, on serve in the third set. Djokovic to serve here, 6-all. Having been 5-2 down in this tiebreak, must be fancying his chances right now. Coolly put that last point away when he was set point down. First serve down the tee. Comes into the net. Passing shot from Kaboli! Wow! I keep seeing somebody standing up and punching the air. I wonder if that's his friends that he referenced the other day. It's going to be a set point again for Flavio Kaboli, but this time on his serve. For those of you tuning in to Sinner and Shelton, I will be reverting back to that match in a moment at the conclusion of this tiebreak. Set point number 2, Flavio Kaboli, but this time on his serve. Where are you going with that serve? It's an unreturned serve, and Flavio Kaboli has won the first set by 7-6. 8-6, he won that tiebreak. And it was an enthralling tiebreak as well. Wow, from 5-2 up to then 6-all at the change of ends. Having not been able to win one on his set points as well. Must have been a tough one for him. But he is over the line. So, Djokovic, if he is going to make another Wimbledon semi-final and avoid defeat like he did to Sam Querrey in 2017 and Tommy Haas in 2009, he's going to have to do it by coming from a set down. So, anyway, Shelton now serving 2-3, love 15. So, Shelton, love 15. First serve down the tee is an ace. 15 all. Kaboli, of course, will serve first at the beginning of the second set. Shelton, of course, serving second under pressure here throughout this set as long as they stay on serve. Only one break of serve in the entire match so far, and that has gone the way of Jannik Sinner. (40-15), some good serving here, having gone love 15 down on his serve. Come on, says Ben as he holds serve for 3 all. So, Sinner here serving. Love 15 on Jannik's serve. Backhand here from Shelton into the backhand of Sinner. Did that clip the net? I don't know. Drive volley here from Jannik. That tests his elbow. 15 all.
Attack. Here we go. Bencic in attack. 27%.
Belinda Bencic. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do think it's we look forward to her semi-final. We've got Jannik Sinner against Ben Shelton, by the way. It's the final. Sinner here 3 all with Shelton. And over on the other court, Kaboli has held serve at the beginning of the second set. Forehand return from Ben. Ben Shelton, return, fail. Discuss. We've got Jannik Sinner against Ben Shelton, by the way. It's 2 games all on the Shelton serve. 30 all as well. But yeah, Swiatek against Belinda Ben. Yeah. Oakley Dogley, I see Damien just about to join for Kaboli against Djokovic. So, all about that tiebreak, really. From 5-2 to 6 all. I didn't think he was going to get over the line. I'm not sure Novak did either. One game all now at the beginning of the second set, so a comfortable hold for Novak. Sinner Shelton also on serve in the third set. Oh, I'm going to turn my volume up so that way I hear when Damien arrives. I'm going to take my microphone out. Appear to have muted myself, but I am back now. Sorry, Ghosty. I was talking. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me now. For all here anyway. Drop shot from Shelton. Sinner comes into the net. He's going to get lobbed, but he's going to put that away. Is he? No. Shelton's going to be back in this rally. Maybe that was ready for a smash. Maybe the pain in the Sinner elbow prevented him from smashing it. Don't know. Either way, Love 15 on the Sinner serve. Yeah, coolio. Glad you can hear me now, Ghost. To her semi-final. Swiatek. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I do think it's time we look forward to her semi-final. Swiatek against Belinda Bencic is going to be a Wimbledon quarter final. Swiatek obviously winning to be against Belinda Bencic is going to be a Wimbledon quarter final. No, semi-final, John. Love 30 here on the Sinner serve. Swiatek obviously winning today against Belinda Bencic. Belinda Bencic. Swiatek obviously winning today. Yeah, Swiatek winning her quarterfinal in straight sets early today. 15:30 now on the Sinner serve. In straight sets. The head-to-head, by the way, between these two is 3-1. 30 all now on the Sinner serve. He's got those 2 points to go from love 30 to 30 all. And Shelton puts a backhand into the net. It's going to be a game point for Jannik Sinner. If he holds serve here, he'll be 1 game away from victory. And he does hold serve. Backhand passing shot. 5-4 he leads. Swiatek dances into the Wimbledon semi-finals for the first time in her career. Five, 4 then. So Shelton will return to the court at 4-5. Djokovic has a couple of break points, by the way, on Kaboli. And in the second round, she had a 3-setter. So big moments these. 4-5 Shelton serving. 3 when Bencic had match points. But Sinner puts that backhand long. So it's 15-love, Ben Shelton. $15 though. Sinner is now 3 points away from the win.
The United Cup in 2023, so they played 3 times that year. Benchic's run has been incredible, but she has been vulnerable none more.
Oh, is that return missed from Jannik? I think it has. 30-15, it has indeed.
On the other side for probably in 3 sets. Look forward to seeing you on the other side. Look.
Nice forehand there from Jannik. 30-all. 30-all, he's 2 points away. Okay, so 30-all here. Where are you going to go with this serve, Ben? Going to go into the net. Forehand from Shelton, backhand Sinner. Forehand from Shelton goes into the net, 30-40. 30-40, Ben Shelton now facing a match point against Jannik Sinner. So, Shelton, 30-40, where are you going with this? You are going to go into the net. It's going to clip the net and land in. So it's going to be another first serve for Shelton here. But he is match point down. Backhand return from Jannik. Forehand from Shelton. Winner. +1. Deuce. You can breathe a sigh of relief, at least for now, Ben Shelton. It was indeed clutch from Ben, says Ghosty. Down the tee, backhand return, forehand from Shelton, backhand cross court from Sinner, forehand from Shelton, forehand from Jannik Sinner, backhand cross court is going to go long. Is it from Shelton? It is. It's going to be a second match point for Jannik Sinner. Maybe we need to remember that he has won match points not that long ago and still not managed to win that respective match. Of course, that was the French Open final. Cahill there looking like some kind of ghost revisiting from that Roland Garros final past. Shelton down the tee, ace, deuce. It was always going to be a pressure game, this. 4-5 deuce. Saving 2 match points. Sinner has another match point. It's his third one. Where are you going to go with this serve, Ben? Can you get third time lucky as well? Saved 2 match points already with some pretty big serves, including an ace on the previous one. I think you're going to go out wide, aren't you, on this one? You're going to go big and going to go out wide. Sin will be desperate for a second serve. Doesn't get it. Decent return. Shelton's going to go long with a forehand. And Jannik Sinner has done it. He is through to the Wimbledon semi-final with a 7-6, 6-4, 6-4 win over Ben Shelton. The elbow did seem to bother him at times, but ultimately not enough to prevent this straight sets win. Cynics among you, of course, will be saying the elbow is fine. Jannik Sinner fans, of course, will have a very different take on it. But anyway, he is through after 2 hours and 29 minutes. We'll listen to his post-match comments in a moment. But before we get to those, it's time to wave goodbye to Ben Shelton from this year's Wimbledon. He'll be back again, and he'll be going deep again, I'm sure, for many more years to come. But for now, Ben, Wimbledon glory is going to have to wait at least another year. Sinner, though, has his eyes on glory for the first time at SW19. He's not won the title. He's not even made a final here in the past. He's made the finals, of course, at the French Open quite recently. We know how that panned out in terms of the 5-set loss he had against Carlos Alcaraz. He might yet be playing Carlos again in the final if he gets there. In the semi-final, he's going to be playing either Caboli or Djokovic. But for now, he can enjoy this straight sets win. 7-6, 6-4, 6-4. Few breaks of serve. In fact, the 2 breaks, I think, both coming at the ends of sets 2 and 3, decisively as far as Jannik is concerned. As Shelton was walking that tightrope of serving second in each of those sets. The first set tiebreak arguably was huge, just like it was back in Australia in their semi-final there. When Shelton was serving for the first set in Australia, couldn't serve it out. Sinner took that momentum and won the first set. Here, Shelton wins the first 2 points on his serve, on that tiebreak, sorry. But then Sinner won 7 points in a row. Shelton had 2 break points at the beginning of the second set, couldn't take them, and that was that. Okay, Jannik Sinner.
I know it didn't feel like a win the other night, but it certainly must feel like a win today because you have just put out a very good player and you're through to the semi-finals here at Wimbledon.
Yes. Yeah, of course, feelings are definitely different. I'm very, very happy about today's performance. Playing against him is so difficult. You have chances, and he serves very well. And as we saw in the last game, but overall, we play each other now more and more. We get to know each other a little bit better, and I'm looking forward to this kind of battles. And it's even more special to play in front of you guys. It's an honor and an amazing feeling. Thank you.
So you're through to your 4th consecutive Grand Slam semi-final, but it's incredible with what you've achieved that this time 2 years ago you were heading into your first Grand Slam semi-final. It was here at Wimbledon and it was against Novak Djokovic. We don't know who it's going to be against next time. How do you think you've changed over those couple of years? Can you remember, were there nerves before that time here at Wimbledon?
Yeah, of course. I remember the first time playing on center court. I do remember the first times playing, semifinals here, and it's very, very special. So I'm of course looking forward to it. But the other way, I believe, especially when you're young, 20, 22, 23, 24, 1 year, it makes such a difference because you get more into big stages. You get used to it, and obviously it feels so amazing. Wimbledon, it's the most special tournament we have throughout the calendar. So being again here the last 4 means a lot to me, and hopefully, it's gonna be a good match, the next one. Let's see who I'm going to play against, but I'm, of course, looking forward to it.
You played some brilliant tennis out here today. Beforehand, a lot of people would have been concerned about your elbow. There was maybe one moment where it looked like you reached for a high ball and you had some pain on your face or you shook it out. Are you playing in pain at the moment? What's the situation?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you are in a match with a lot of tension, you try to not think about it. It has improved a lot in the last from yesterday to today. Yesterday, my day was you know, very short on the practice court, 20 minutes with the coaches only. So, but in other way, I'm looking forward to it. No, this is no excuse. So there is no better stage to play tennis, and I think I showed this today. Again, you know, the atmosphere helps me so much. So thank you so much for the support, and that's it.
So Jannik Sinner is into a Wimbledon semi-final once more. He was there a couple of years ago when he lost to Novak Djokovic. Will Djokovic be his opponent again in a couple of days from now? Well, maybe. Djokovic has won the second set of a Flavio Cobolli. So they're at one set all. And you would imagine now he may well go on to win that match. But anyway, Jannik Sinner is in the final, and he has eased, I think, concerns about that elbow, not only with that victory, but also with those comments afterwards saying it's a much better situation than it was yesterday. Obviously, the focus and the adrenaline of the match as well took his eyes away and fears away and feelings away from that pain he may have been having in the elbow. And there was just a brief moment where it might have flared up, but ultimately he prevails in 3 sets, and he's through to a Wimbledon semi-final once again. Do let me know in the comments section below what you think of Jannik Sinner and his chances at Wimbledon. Is he going to reach the final? Is he going to win the title for the first time in his career? He's not even been in a final, of course, before, but he is now going to be entering into a final. As for this stream, please do switch over. John, who are your picks for the titles again? I mean, this is a pick right now. I mean, I had Carlos from the beginning of the tournament, but I'm revising my women's one to Arina Sabalenka. Okay, wonderful. You could join me for this Jannik Sinner Ben Shelton stream. And yeah, you're going to now be switched over to the Cobolli Djokovic stream.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.